So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Go! Viking 18. Ready?
Hand off to the back. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now Daniels off the play action. Short pass caught by his tight end. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They give it to him again. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll be good for a Washington first. They motion the slot man right. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Short pass caught by his tight end. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He'll get it to... It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And this is picked up by the 49ers. Well, that right there is exactly how you kill some momentum. An early setback, no doubt, but the first time out, fumbling it away in enemy territory, that's tough.
And such a bummer, right? Because the journey was going well. You script for success, you get that ball moving, and then you're right, you just lose all sorts of momentum. Got to recapture it the next time out.
Don't jump. Ready?
On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a...
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Here we go. Set.
Running for the first time with a Tennessee rookie. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They're running the option, short side. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Derek Forrest able to make the stop.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
They'll run it here on third down. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Reeled in by George Kittle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Here we go, son.
First down throw for Fields. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So second down coming up.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Into traffic, complete. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a 49er first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Fields on first down. He'll get this one to Brown. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
One quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive.
Go.
Another throw for Fields. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So that brings up second down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Here we go.
Fields out of the gun. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, San Francisco. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. Returning it from the 4. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Daniels back to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 4. Completed to his running back. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out, because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Forced out to his right. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. And the 49ers in a nickel set. 3rd down coming. From the gun, it's Daniels. Dumped off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for this. Only 1 yard, but when all you need is an inch or two, Brock, that'll still move the chains.
You know, it sure looked like defense had done enough to hold him on that play. Credit that first down to a good initial effort and second effort to keep fighting to go get that extra yard needed.
Daniels on first down. The pass falls incomplete, but was there a reason for it? We see a flag out there. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty.
Let's go.
This set it down starts with an option right. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
Dump off caught by his back. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So it's going to be 4th and short.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant, because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They've got first down from the 31.
Right.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Chased out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, It's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
He's got a man left. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. And it's the 49ers with a 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Trying for the deep ball. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers grow their lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers double their lead to 14. The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Returns looking good so far. Oh, still going. Touchdown! They return the kick all the way to the house. They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Here's Fields. He gets a lot behind one. Deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers grow their lead just before halftime. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they have prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. Starting from the 5. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. They've got first down from the 31. Man in motion here. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Rolling left, buying some time. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
This one misses the tight end. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Ready.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Ready.
They're going for this. He's got it to his running back. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets him 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first. Out of the gun, Daniels. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Throwing now, Daniels. He's on the move. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Commanders make it a 1-score game before halftime. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Commanders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half.
Don't jump. Ready?
Fields looking to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Here we go.
First down throw for Fields. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And now it's 2nd down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Here we go.
One final shot before halftime. That throw finds Kittle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Only time left for 1 more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is a 48-yard look for it. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the 2nd half of our wild card game gets underway. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
Running back sent in motion.
Go.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Escapes the puck, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Slot man in motion left. Fields now, 3rd and long. He put everything he had into this one. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. Takes this in the area of midfield. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Commanders will go on offense. On 1st down, here's Daniels. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Working inside the red zone. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
And he stopped just a little short of the goal line. He's down to the 2. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2. Sometimes.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders start the 2nd half with some needed points. PAT effort coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Side.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Side.
Back-to-back carries here. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Side.
Fields out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
Left side. Here we go. Good. Side.
Now Fields. On the move, headed right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
Here we go. Side.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Running back sent in motion left.
Go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Hits his running back. Give him 13 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Don't jump. Ready?
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Side.
Another throw for Fields. Taking his shot deep down the field. Well, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Mike Sanders still makes the play. And the Commanders are going to take over after the interception. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Brought in by Ayuk. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
He fires one deep down the right sideline. Big gain downfield.
What a great fight from those blockers to keep buying in time in the pocket to find a throw. You wish that effort could have been rewarded with a completion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Again, Daniels to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Daniels on first down. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
He tucks it and takes up, and they will score. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders take the lead as Tom runs out here in the third. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. This return starts at the 5. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level, they want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
On first down, they'll run. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go.
From the 34. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Short pass brought in. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out! And the Commanders pick this one up.
You know what separates good defenses from great? Good defenses find a way to get off the field. Great defenses find a way to take the ball away. What a great play to set their offense up with some mojo.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Throwing now following the turnover. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10. Daniels now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Another try following the sack. Completed to his running back. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders grow their lead off the turnover. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Starting from the 5. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Right.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Completed over the middle. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
Move the chains. Got to move them chains. Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Here we go, sir.
1st down throw for Fields. Escapes out to the left. And the floater falls to the deck. Looking for the back that time. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Stays upright. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Right.
Fields on 3rd. He lets one fly deep downfield. Ball passes into the arms of Jair Alexander. Intercepted. And the Commanders get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Option give here. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Commanders up by 11. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing now, Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout.
This is one of those many moments where I'm really thankful I'm in the booth and not on the field. Because in my day, defensive tackles couldn't run like that. This is not a statuesque QB. This guy can run. And it wasn't a linebacker or DB that chased him down. It was a big old D tackle. Tip of the cap to you, my big man.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt goes 63 yards. And the 49ers will go on offense. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go.
Fields on first down. He'll get this one to Brown. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Second and 1. That's completed right side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
It's there.
From the red zone now. And don't leave just yet, fans. He's got it for the touchdown, and there's still a small chance, Brock, that this one isn't over. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders. That should just about lock up the win. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They're out and set. First and 10.
60 by 6. 60. Take go.
Here's the handoff. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. San Francisco calls it second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Second down now, 7 to go. Another carry for him. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. The 49ers will call their third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Setting up for the kneel down on third. They take one final knee. Time's going to run out, Brock. Their playoff story begins with a victory.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. And they were the top-ranked team in action in this wild card round, Brock. So this was always the expectation that they'd advance through to the divisional round. And next week, they're going to be right back here playing for a spot in that conference championship. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Commanders. As with that, we sign off from D.C.